Here's another bouldering video. I'm gonna have a V4, 3 V5s, a V6, and then after the V6, I have some footage of me struggling pretty hard on a 7 and an 8. So definitely stick around to check that out just to see how much harder those grades are versus like a 6 or a 5. So let's start off with the V4. It's got these start holds, some pretty much jugs the whole way. That little hidden one on the volume is all chalked up. Also, I'm gonna do a comparison of this one with me and Brandon in the beanie right there. He's about, let's say, 3 inches shorter than me, so you can kind of see the difference in beta. This climb I definitely overread, trying to bring my left hand into that jug to make this right move closer. You'll see when Brandon does it, there's a definite easier way to do that move. Big jug for the left hand, and then another smaller jug right hand. Put a heel in for that move, and then pretty straightforward at the top. So now you'll be able to see the difference of, so this is Brandon's second time on it, so his beta is a little bit more dialed in. Again, right there, go straight right hand versus me trying to match and struggle pretty hard, making it way harder than it needed to be. And then from here, he just went straight up to the big dual text jug. Definitely a time saver, less moves. Here, pretty much have the same footwork to get up. I use the heel, he just flags out. And then the top is smooth sailing. All right, next we got this green V5. Slopey start hold, but big holds regardless. Up to this another slopey hold above the lip. Fairly small crimp. I wanted to get my right hand up, but the bump didn't feel good with the left hand on the sloper, so I put the heel up and just locked off hard. Skipped it. Definitely a taller beta. Maybe a little more strength beta too. And this gray V5, there's a little hidden rail right there on the underside of this volume I wanted to highlight. Again, some crimps on the volume, blocked rail above the lip, and then it finishes on a nice jug. I would say the starting sequence for me felt harder. You got this like high left hand match in. This hold is nice with the left hand, and then this right hand is like pretty deep finger pocket, but it doesn't feel so strong with the body positioning, at least that I use. And I bump in that left hand before going to the rail. Here is just about finding the feet and what position felt strong and balanced. Reminder, it's more fun to climb with friends, especially ones that are supportive. This blue V5, this was my original thought of the beta, but maybe if you go 2 arms, you could catch it. But then I got a tip from Tyler. It's more of a swing out with that left leg. So that out and up will carry you higher. This part was scrunchy for me. I think there's definitely a better way to do it. But once I was able to get that left foot up, going up after that wasn't a problem. And then here is the V6. Cool start sequence, really forcing you to put that right hand up first. Then you got this crossover move. Definitely tricky. Hardest move on the climb for me. After this video, I'll do a comparison for Brandon. So for me, I was able to just reach this, which seems to be the tall beta. I think the intention was more of a dyno. And once I was able to establish my feet here, the top was pretty easy. All right, here's that comparison. So Brandon is fully extended. I'm still have some bend in my left knee, and I'm able to get deep into that hold, but just to show the height difference and how that plays a factor. Here's that V7 that even starting was a struggle. So you could just see the difference in difficulty on the grades. And then yeah, after I get one move, lock down, really slopey left hand on that one. And then here's a V8, small crimps. This one seems just movement wise way more technical. There's a little jib under that volume, but for me it was just trying to find a position to make the moves, and I just didn't find it. Just showing you how much harder these grades are than the other, 5, 6. So some takeaways from this climbing session. Definitely think it's good to utilize your strengths, whether it's your reach or just like physical ability. So like on that gray 6, definitely my reach helped, and then my ability to like really pull in and lock off lets me reach even further. Same thing with the green 5, being able to get my heel up, so utilizing flexibility and then that deep lock off with the right hand to reach that side pull definitely helps for me, just utilizing the strengths that I have. And then just staying humble on those harder grades, because it's basically everything was a flash other than that blue V5. So just showing how much harder those 7s and 8s are. And for me especially, those are grades I want to break into, and just practicing them and really projecting them sequence by sequence to see what moves you can do, how to make it feel better. Yeah, so definitely let me know if those 3D animations helped at all, kind of showing the route. For the next bouldering video, I'll definitely try to make it a little more clear what the route is, highlighting those holds a little bit better. I've also been talking to people about warming up, and a lot of people don't warm up. So in the next video, I'm gonna share what I do for a warm up, kind of a extensive warm up, but I think it's been definitely helpful for me in getting ready to climb that day, and also building a little bit of strength for longer term sessions.